Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Jamie Shahan. I'm owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths, where I create beautifully handcrafted wreaths for all of the holidays and all the seasons. And now I'm teaching you how to make them as well. Tonight we're going to be doing a Mardi Gras wreath. And we're going to be doing an over-the-top Mardi Gras wreath. So I found this mask. I got this from Craft Outlet. And that was the design cue. This is where I got all my cues from. And all of the colors. And anyway, I think that's adorable. I didn't want one that was mean looking. So I found that one and I had to have it. So to make this over the top, I've chosen really, really good ribbon. And then I am going to be adding this thing. This is a wreath in and of itself. And it is just nothing but these tendrils of glittered strips of purple and greens and golds. Perfect Mardi Gras ribbon, or excuse me, perfect Mardi Gras wreath. But I'm going to add it to my wreath and just put it over the top. And I'll show you more about that later. So the wreaths we have, or excuse me, I'm all backwards today. The ribbons we have are, first we've got this pairing. A 2.5 inch Mardi Gras stripe mixed with the 2.5 or the 1.5 inch Harlequin diamond pattern. And then we've got this diagonal stripe, 1.5 inch, and the polka dots. The thing about these ribbons, y'all, I couldn't believe it when I started cutting them, is that they're double-sided. Look at the backs. Every one of these ribbons has this luscious gold backing on it. Well, not so much that one, but these. That's not too bad itself, but so I think I might try when I'm making the bow to see if I can flip that around, not flip it around the first time so that I get some of that backing, and then flip it around the second time, and we'll work with that when we get to it. So we've got this 21-inch mesh. And I wanted to do gold, and I do have some gold. So I got some of this stuff from Craft Outlet, Suzanne, and I got some of this stuff from Deco Exchange. The mesh, the mask, and the extra wreath I got from Craft Outlet. And the ribbon I got from Deco Exchange. So I'm going to be using this 21-inch on the base. But then I'm going to go back over the top with this gold lame type mesh. I wanted to do this all by itself, but I don't think I have enough of it to get good coverage on the base. So I'm going to go over the top and start with this and then add this. And then on top of that, I'm going to be doing 3 10-inch mesh as accent mesh. And then I've got this traditional Mardi Gras stripe. Can y'all see that very well on camera? This is a basic Mardi Gras stripe. And then I've got a plain purple that has a foiled striped edge. And then I have a plain emerald green. So I will be doing a woodland ruffle with these at each of the ties. Now the gold, we're just going to play it by ear. I might try to zigzag across all the way around the wreath, or I might just jump around. We'll just see. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. And y'all, I got some purple ties from Harbor Freight, zip ties. And I've been waiting to use these things, and now's the time, so I get to use them. I thought it would be spring before I got to use them, and I thought, oh my gosh, this would be perfect. So here we go. So 21-inch mesh, we're going to start. Just find your edge. You can cut off that edge if you want to. You can fold it over like this and scrunch it together and start like that if you want to, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to flip that over. Doesn't matter which direction you have it, but I'm just going to flip it over, because that'll put that folded edge underneath. Start anywhere on your wreath. It doesn't matter. Give it a little tie. And zip tie that baby off so it doesn't come undone in the future. I was so happy when that FedEx person came up to my door with this box. Had my ribbon in it. I've been waiting. All right, so there's going to be quite a bit of mesh on this. So I don't need more than 10 inches in a poof. That's going to be wasteful. So I'm just going to do 10-inch poofs. So what I do is you just eyeball it. Doesn't matter. You can measure it precisely. You can just measure it roughly. It doesn't matter. This is all pretty much going to be covered up anyway. And so it doesn't have to be precise. So I've got the 24-inch mark here, and I'm going to go to the 14 here, and that'll be my 10 inches. Poof it out as you go. Poof it out when you're done. Whatever. I choose to poof it out as I go so that I can make sure that it is not twisting and rolling over itself. The edges here have a tendency to roll in. And so you have to kind of get them on the outside. If you see me adjusting it, that's what I'm doing, is I'm finding those edges, pulling them to the outside so that they're not rolled up in this mesh. And then as I'm poofing it out, I can tell if it's rolled up or not. So that's why I poof as I go along. Y'all got cold here in Arkansas the last day or so. Suzanne, how many feet of snow do you have up there in Canada? Hey? Hey, Jennifer. Welcome. From Virginia. Nice to have you. We're doing a Mardi Gras wreath. This is purple metallic mesh, foil mesh. And that's the base, 21 inches. We're doing 10-inch poofs. None? Minus 13 degrees. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what that would feel like. I have no clue. So here in Arkansas, we did get, in my lifetime, one day where it was below zero, but it was only like 2 degrees below zero or something like that. 36 degrees in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So is that Fayetteville, North Carolina, is snow normal or no? Or cold normal or no? We always get cold here in Arkansas. But we don't often get snow. If we get snow, we get ice. Cold. Yeah, there's only one way to describe that, Suzanne. Cold. That's absolutely right. This is really pretty mesh, y'all. No snow. So you're probably kind of like Arkansas. Are you on the coast, Audra? All right, we're almost finished with the bottom. So here, what you can do is you can cut this off and fold this under and create another edge and just put them together right here. I've never done that before, but let's give it a try. Let's see what that does. So I'm going to be needing 10 inches, and then I'm going to need some more to poof under. So I'm just going to grab that and cut it. All right. So this is going to need to just fold under, and then we're going to gather it. Okay, let me try a different way. That may be a flop, y'all. We'll see. Got to make sure I have enough to zip tie off. I'll zip tie it before I start doing any poofing on that part. I'm going to come on this side of the tie just to make sure that I've got enough grasp of that folded edge. Not too bad. It looks a little different from the other poofs, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad at all. All right, so let's jump up to the top. So let's just do another gathering here. What's the temperature? Did you say the temperature there in Virginia? I was looking back to see if you said it. Okay, so I guess we could do the same thing that we did at the bottom. Nah, let's just start out like we normally do for the top. So we'll just gather this together. Pick a tie anywhere. Tie it on. So those are the two ways to start your mesh. It doesn't matter. When it's all said and done, oh, it's 36 there too. Whew. I don't know what it is here. It's been cold. That's all I know. It's in the 30s somewhere. And this will get lost in all the ruffles, so I'll push that to the inside. When I flip that over, y'all, I'll cut all those pieces off. So now we'll start with our 10 inches again and start going around the top. So I've been redoing my Etsy shop. And I think this is going to be a good year, y'all. I've been doing a lot of researching and training and watching videos and listening to other people. And did you know that your Etsy search engine is the biggest driver of traffic to your store? So I used to think that I had to do all of the Facebook posts and all of the live videos and all of the things Facebook and Pinterest to get people interested, to drive traffic to my store to buy my product. And I don't know why I've never heard this before, but it's been said. Now that I look back, I just didn't hear it until this past month, that your biggest search engine that drives traffic to your store is Etsy. So even though I know to have my Etsy store optimized, all the proper keywords, good photos, good titles, even though I know all that, I didn't spend extra time making sure that it was optimized. It was okay. I thought that you drove traffic with all of your other social media platforms, and that's not true. And did you know, which I did not know, there are a lot of Etsy sellers that make a really good living never posting on Facebook. Who'd have thunk it? So I figure if I could do both, I'll get it going. All right, one more and then we're done with the top row, and we'll start with the 10-inch mesh. So since this is zip tied, I went ahead and untwisted that all the way down to the bottom, to the mesh. I put both of those mesh together and tied it real tight. If I didn't zip tie that, I wouldn't untie it all the way. I would just untie it a little. So I'm going to cut this off and give myself a little bit of a tail that I can tuck between the bars on the rack, on the wire wreath form. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to tuck it between these bars right here. So I'm going to flip it over now and I'm going to zip tie that and then cut all of those off. I think I'll zip tie it here to this middle one so that it's not sticking down at the top or the bottom. Hey Susan, well thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you watching. So we are making a Mardi Gras wreath. I'm going to go ahead and this is zip tied to this top tine. I'm going to pull this up here to the middle tine, the middle row wire, and I'm going to zip tie it there just to get all of this. I don't want this sticking out in the middle of my wreath. So I'm going to bring it up here and tie it and get it out of the way. Maybe cut a little bit of it off. Clean it up a little bit. Well, I appreciate you joining, Susan. Where are you from? All right, so let's cut these off and clean up this mesh. So I'm going to turn this zip tie further toward the inside so that the head of the zip tie, I don't want it sticking out of the wreath. So I'll finish this wreath off. I finished the back of my wreath off with a placemat. So I will find, I have a gold placemat. If I had purple, I would use purple, but I don't have purple. So I have a gold placemat that I will use, and I will zip tie to attach it to this outer wire here. So I think I will clean this up just a little bit. North Carolina, well, welcome. I hear it's cold in North Carolina. So I'm just going to cut that off, clean it up a little bit. I think I'll go ahead and cut this one off a little bit too. Okay. All right, so there is our wreath base. So next we're going to start on the 10-inch mesh that we're going to attach at each of these ties, and I'm going to be doing the Woodland Ruffle technique. So the Woodland Ruffle, to me, I believe the purpose of the Woodland Ruffle is to get your cut edges of your mesh rolled into the center of your roll so that it doesn't fray. Because fraying happens, it doesn't matter what kind of mesh you have, fraying is always going to happen. So on a Woodland Ruffle, you give it a couple of rolls, and I just clip mine and flip it around. You can hold it in your hand. If you can do that, that's perfect. Roll it a couple times. Once you've got your edges rolled inside that roll, you just start walking your fingers and crinkling this together to create a ruffle or a bow tie. You can put it in this way or that way. It doesn't matter. I find that either way you put it, you partially expose your edges. I don't find either one works better than the other. These are cut to 14 inches in length. They're not very long. So I have to really try to get those edges turned under. So we had some freezing snow and sleet and stuff in neighboring states, but we haven't had any here in central Arkansas. Maybe up in northern Arkansas. Haven't really watched the news in a while. Oh, I forgot the gold, y'all. Let's stop. I want to put this gold lame foil mesh in here. So let's do that. So I want to take this mesh and just kind of randomly put it in here. I'm not quite sure exactly where I want to put it just yet. Let me move these ribbons out of the way. I think I might do a semi-zigzag. Now the ties don't line up perfectly to do an exact zigzag, so I'll just kind of wing it as we go along. So I'm going to cut off this edge here because it looks a little bit frayed. Let me just cut some of this off, y'all. All right, now let's give it a go. So just gather it. And I'm just going to start, let's just start right here at the top. So I'm going to, maybe I'll fold that under. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to fold this under so I have a poofed edge, and I'm going to gather it. And I'm going to start right here. Okay. So I'm just going to eyeball this. See where we're going to go. I can come right here, and then my next one will be right here, or I can come all the way over here, and then the next one will be over here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just come all the way over here to this one. So I got this particular mesh at the at-home store. So there's that tie. I can still see my ties. I'm not completely covering them up. Yeah, I guess you would have to. Like a farmer, only it's heating and air. So I'm going to kind of skip one here and come all the way up here. I'm just doing this by look. I could come right up to here, but then it's almost coming straight up and down. So I'm going to skip all the way over to this one. Okay, where to next? So if I come right here, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think I'll come right here. Just eyeballing it, y'all. Now I think I'll jump right up to this one. Make sure you're keeping your edges to the outside and it's not getting rolled up. Oh yeah, I'm starting to run out of mesh. Am I? No, it just looked like it. I was thinking, oh my gosh, already? All right, I think I'm going to skip all the way over to this one. So like I said, zigzags are not exact. And this is sticking together. I just want to bring a little bit more of the gold in. That's all I want. So the next one, I think I'll jump right down to here. So Jennifer says, I found your channel on YouTube and have been binging on your videos. I started making wreaths in August and hadn't been very successful, but watching you encouraged me to join a business group. Good. So that I can learn how to become successful. Absolutely. Which business group did you join, Jennifer? But congratulations. Yes. I started in November of last year. And you probably haven't, maybe you heard my story on the YouTube, I don't know. I thought I'll just make some pretty things and put them on, start me an Etsy store and sell them, and I can buy more pretty things. I didn't sell anything for 7 months. I knew pretty quickly that I needed to get into a business group because I did not know what the heck I was doing. Yeah, there is no way that that would have made it all the way around the wreath like the purple did. I wanted to do the gold like as the base, like the purple. But I'm glad I didn't, because there's no way it would have made it. Hardworking mom. Love her. I binge watched her when I first started. Her and Julie Samako and, Laura Jean. I can't remember her last name. Benvillo, something like that. Okay, I want to do something with this last little piece, y'all. I don't want it to go to waste. I could come right back up to here, but that's kind of too much. And I could just go right to there. I think for now, I'll just put it right here. And if I don't want it there later, I'll remove it. Yeah, hardworking mom. She used to be an accountant. And she's been making wreaths and doing this for over 10 years, I do believe. Lori is her name. So I'm going to tuck this to the inside here. I think I'll go ahead and just attach this here. And if I don't want it, I will unattach it. Well, welcome. I'm glad you found me. The more, the merrier. I just upload my videos straight from here. Have been. I'm going to start trimming off the very front where I'm trying to get everything going. But yeah, here's where we make them. All right, so now I think we can get going with the other mesh. I'm, hoping this is not going to be too much. We'll see. Each of these ties has a pretty good amount of length to it. So I'm looking for my clothespin. Because I have to have my clothespin, y'all. Alright. I'll get this other one. This has got a lot of length to it, so I think I can successfully put more mesh in there and ribbon, and it won't be too much. I love Julie Samako. She's my coach too. I've seen your name scroll by there, Suzanne, a couple of times. Susan, I'm sorry. It's your last name that I recall seeing. Susan, are you in her Wreath Makers of the Month Club or the Success Circle? All right, here we go. So we're just going to start attaching this. Doing the Woodland Ruffle. Someday I'm going to be as good as Julie. I've got to get my grapevine game going, though. I've had a few successful grapevines. They're a little intimidating to me still, but I'll get it. Both? Yeah, me too. I'm in her mastermind right now, too. Girl, I joined her mastermind straight out of the chute, and I got in there, and I didn't know anything. I was so far out of my league in that group, but I've stayed in it. I'm still in it. You know, they're on to their email campaigns and creating digital products, and here I am asking her about, you know, Etsy questions. What's a keyword? What's a long tail keyword? Well, you're in the right place. Whenever you're ready, you'll be ahead of the game. Are you planning on opening an Etsy shop, Susan? Yeah, me too. Lori with Hardworking Mom, man, I've seen her make some gorgeous stuff. And Laura Jean, I can never say her last name. It starts with a B. Benvolito, something like that. She makes over-the-top deco mesh wreaths. And she's who I started watching, binge watching, and learned a lot from her. And then YouTube. Okay, so I really don't want these two greens together. It's not going to matter. Oh, there's two here. Okay, good. All right, I'll put this here. They're really close together. I think you should. You could do it. The key is in Etsy. Keywords, good photos, good titles, knowing how to search for the appropriate words to put in those titles and keywords. Y'all, this is going to be really pretty, I think. I've learned more than I ever thought I would learn. When I first started, I did not know what a URL is. And for anybody who doesn't know what a URL is, it is your address on the web, on the internet. And so my Etsy shop has its own URL. My Facebook page has its own URL. Every location has its own address on the internet. I did not even know what that was when I started. I mean, I can't do anything but chuckle. So, Susan, I did not know this too, but there are people making six figures on Etsy. And they don't do any Facebook or YouTube. They just do Etsy. They've got their keywords, their titles, their pictures so right that they just have tons and tons of sales. I had no idea. No idea. All right, so there is a tie under this gold somewhere. I kind of like how the gold is peeking through. Yes, wow. No Facebook needed. I had no idea. And the idea, once you start your business, is to eventually get your own page, your own website. So that if Etsy kicks you off or Facebook kicks you off, you've still got your internet page, your web domain to still contact and get in touch with all your customers. All right. A few more. I thought I was just getting into this to make pretty things to satisfy my craving of the hobby. I enjoy the creativity side of it. I enjoy when somebody looks at my stuff and says, wow, that's really pretty. That's what I enjoy. And I thought I would just, you know, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to sell some pretty things. But then when I realized that, it kind of lit a fire under my rear end. And now I want it all. I want to teach. I want to put out some digital products. I want to have a membership group. I just want it all. I'm 56 years old, and so I am creating myself a business that I can walk into in 9 years or less and walk right into it when I quit my day job. Girl, get on it. You have to get on it pretty quickly if you want to get the stuff. Craft Outlet, they usually have a good quantity. But if you can possibly put your order in for just one, I mean, just get the ribbon and the stuff for just one wreath. Don't get a bunch. You know, we don't. Mardi Gras and Valentine. Now, some people sell the heck out of Mardi Gras. I don't know. I've never had one before. So I know Damon Oates will sell the heck out of Mardi Gras because he's from Louisiana and he's been doing it, you know, for a while. I've got the makings for 2. I'm only going to put 2 in my shop. So if you can just get one. Audra, will it be for yourself or to sell? Sorry, I've forgotten. Are you a maker or a seller? Just the hobby? This is going to be adorable. I think I'm short. I do this to myself all the time. I don't know how to do that. Short myself. I swear I've cut 18. Oh, this tie is getting short. That one will just barely make it. So I am short just one hobby and to sell to friends. Oh, well, good. So make it over the top for yourself. Take pictures, show all your friends, and then you can sell it to them. Jennifer, I'm reading what you said. Oh, yeah. So the thing you have to know is if you are already doing some of this stuff and you already have some clientele waiting for you, then yes, you can help take some stress off of your husband. If you don't already have clientele and you're going to be doing it on Etsy, which I highly recommend, you have to have a place to take money. Everything needs to be legit on the up and up. I'm going to cut myself one more. Let me walk around here, guys, see if it fell. Nope. So I don't know how I missed it, but anyway. I said all that to say that it sometimes doesn't come quickly. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But if you can stand the pull and hang in there long enough, then it can be a very lucrative position, a very lucrative career, a job, a business. I mean, when I first got into it, I had no idea there were wreath makers out there making over $100,000, $200,000 a year, let alone 7 figures in the millions. Divaries, I like the name of them. What's the name of your shop? Jennifer. And I'm sorry if I keep asking y'all the same thing over and over. I'm kind of getting confused about who I'm talking to. I'd love to see a diva wreath. Is that the name of your shop, or is that the name you gave your wreaths? All right, let's get going with the ribbon. Time for the ribbon. If you can sell 10 of anything, that's awesome, of one kind. All right, these are about to fall apart here, or fall down, fall. Where'd this other one go? Y'all, I'm having issues today. Okay, dropped one on the floor. Hang on. All right. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, so I'm going to take, since there's a lot of gold in this ribbon, you haven't set up a shop yet, but you have a Facebook page. Are you selling on Facebook? Good. Good that you have a Facebook page. And is it a business page and not your personal page? So I'm going to take this 2.5-inch ribbon, and since it's got this gold stripe here and I have a lot of gold, I'm going to put my 1.5-inch ribbon all the way to the top. I put my ribbons to the top and not in the center like this, so that I can get better visualization of the ribbon when I place it on the wreath, and I'll show you what I mean. So I put it up to the top, eyeball it, find the center of it, and then scrunch it together. Oh, this is thick ribbon. Okay, sounds like a business page. So you fold it in the shape of a V, and then you take your fingers and you push this, you just kind of push out and puff out your ribbon tails to where it looks like a bird's wings. And then you just pick a ribbon or pick a tie, any tie, doesn't matter where you start, and start attaching it. Good. Okay. Do you have a shop button on your Facebook page? So as I'm placing these on here, I have all of my tails coming out in the V form. And then I will take these top ribbons and I will have them going more out to the side, more almost straight across, and that way I can see more of the ribbon underneath. You have to set it up so you would know. Okay, and we'll just keep going around and around. Well, congratulations on your wreath that is doing so well. If it is doing well now, was it a Christmas wreath or what? The one that you've sold 10 of. This ribbon is so nice, y'all. It's pretty thick. I've got glitter, fine glitter going everywhere. Wreaths by Jen, 2020. Awesome. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attach the mask or where I'm going to attach it. We're all going to be learning as we go. They're made to order and customize however the customer wants. I've made ornament one, Dallas Cowboy one, Steelers one. Good deal. So you'll have to be careful with Dallas Cowboys and the Steelers and anything that is copyrighted. You can make those for friends. I don't think you can ever advertise that. So you probably are not supposed to put that on your Facebook page. It's probably against their terms of service. But you can make it all day long, I would assume, without advertising it. I had an Easter wreath that had the little peep bunny, or not bunnies. Are they bunnies or chicks? The little peeps. Little peep marshmallow candies. And I advertised it as a peep wreath. Got my hand slapped. Not by Etsy or anything, but Julie Tamako said, "Oh, you can't do that." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am, okay." You can advertise it as candy, bunny candy, or chick candy, but you can't use the word peeps. You can't use any Disney characters, anything copyrighted. Now, what you do without advertising, I don't think it, I think you can do that all day long. All right, we're almost there. So because there are an even number of ties, you're always going to end up with two that are right beside each other that are the same. By the time it's all said and done, it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to look at your wreath and go, "Oh my God, they've got two ties right there next to each other." They're not going to do that. They're not even going to notice. You'll notice, but nobody else will. All right, let's see, where am I going to start here? Oh, I have 3 ties. Oh no, I told y'all wrong. I'm not on my game tonight, you guys. So if it's odd, then you're going to end up with 1 together, 2 together. There we go. Oh well, it's going to be a pretty wreath, even if I'm not on my game. I am in love with this ribbon right here. That is so pretty. I think you can probably still make them, Jennifer. I just don't think you can advertise. If you've got friends and customers who want it, I think you can probably still make it. You just can't put it in your shop or put it on Facebook. But you could always say, if you want a custom order for your favorite football team, give me a call. But ask your business coach, just to be sure. Alright, so for anybody who's just joining, I am Jamie Shahan, owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths. And we are making an over-the-top Mardi Gras wreath. And what I've done so far is I have put 21-inch purple mesh on the bottom, on the base of the wreath, with 10-inch poofs all the way around the top and the bottom. And then I've come back and taken this, this is not 21-inch, but it's probably like 18-inch, this gold lame or gold foil mesh, and I've zigzagged it across the base over the top of the purple 21-inch mesh. Then I came back and did 3 decorative mesh that's 10 inches wide, and I cut them to 14 inches in length and did the Woodland Ruffle and put one in each tie. And now we are doing the ribbon portion. This ribbon is, I've got 2 2.5-inch ribbons and 2 1.5-inch ribbons, and they're cut to 12 inches in length, and they're dovetailed. The edges are dovetailed. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Cody. Welcome. Glad y'all could make it. So we're just about finished with all of our ribbons, and we are going to start working on placing the other wreath on top of this. We're going to see what it looks like, y'all. If it hides too much of these ribbons, we won't be using it. But I hope we are, because I really like the concept. And then we're going to be placing the mask, and then we'll be making an over-the-top bow. One more set of ribbon. I mean, this, honestly, you guys, this can go in the store just like it is. I mean, I could put a backing on it, not put anything else on it. It is so pretty, and it would be pretty just like it is. You can always stop your wreaths right here, but I can't stop right here. I've got to hey Beverly, I've got to go over the top. I got to do a little bit more. So here is the wreath base, or the second wreath base that we're going to add. So I'm going to fluff this up, and let's see what we've got. So this has got some individual arms, and we're just going to fluff it up, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I'm stuck. There we go. I'm going to have glitter everywhere, y'all. It's going to be in my nose, underneath my contacts. There's fine, dusty glitter floating around everywhere. This is really cute. I hope it works. Okay, let's just keep it going. So I'm just fluffing this out. Alright, so I think what I would like is for it to be nestled down in here. This is an experiment, so we're going to see if it works or not. That's crazy. That might be a little too crazy. Let me fluff that down a little bit. I might can make these go some different directions to where they don't look so, yeah, that might work. I might can take some of these and redirect them to the outside. So far, I'm not liking it too much. But I'm not going to make a decision yet. I'm going to see what I can do with it first. It might just be that it's too big around. Let me see if I can make this smaller. So here is the tie that is holding it together. So I'm going to untwist this, you guys, and let's see if I can make it a smaller size. Because I need it to be further down inside the center of this wreath base. There's one tie. There's two. All right, let's see what we can do. So I'm going to make this smaller, and let's zip tie this together and see if we can make it look any better. We'll start with this one. Oh, that's all right, Susan. You do what you need to do. All right, we're almost there, you guys. One more, and then we'll see if we can fit it in there. So I fluffed this all out, but I may need to flatten it back out to get the look that I want. We'll see. All right, let me cut off these ends. All right, let me see if I can wiggle this down to the center of this wreath. Uh-oh, I think I need to zip tie one more here. Which way did that go? I'm going to pull this over here. It looks a little barren on this side. Okay. Now, all right, now I'm going to turn this over and zip tie it in place. If it'll let me. I think that's a better fit. All right, let's see what we can do here. There's going to be a ton of zip ties on this wreath. What you want, Jack? I've got my crafting buddy, as usual, Jack. Starting to get antsy again. He always does. All right, so I'm going to zip tie this in 4 corners, 4 points, and see if we can get it sort of even. All right, I think that might be good enough. So let me get my ribbons back out here. What, Jack? What you want, buddy? So I think I like it better when it was down. Kind of going all in the direction. More so than I liked it up. All right, so let's get the mask next. The mask is going to be just nestled in here. It's kind of coming unfrayed there. All right, how am I going to do this? So, it's got some ties on the back that I think I will utilize these. And then it's got this tie here that I think I will zip tie. It's okay, Jack. So I'll try to find the center. Let me go ahead and just turn this over again. So I'm going to bring these ties up here and I'm just going to tie them in place. Because I don't know how else to do that. That might be the best solution. I wonder if they will come over and tie to each other. Let me try that. Wow, I might get lucky. I'll have to reinforce that somehow, but that's a start. And then I've got this here that I think I will zip tie in place. But I don't want to pull it tight because I don't want the mask to be tipping backwards or forward or whatever. Just a little bit. Let's see what we have. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so I think I like it in the center like that. I don't know where I'm going to put a bow, but I'm going to make a crazy bow. Not crazy, but big. So it looks like a bow might do good right here on this side. So let's just try that. Put that aside. So I think I'm going to use my bow dabber tonight. And I'm going to add 2 ribbons that aren't in. 2 ribbons that aren't in the wreath itself. I'm going to add this ribbon. Love, love, love it. And then I might add this ribbon, which is very similar to this, only it's 1.5 inches, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and dovetail this end. Can y'all see the glitter? It's everywhere. I think I will, let me just see. Let me get this thing back up here. So I think if I put a bow right here, so the bow will be right there. And I want a tail that's about that long. So that's about a 16-inch tail. So we'll go for 14 to 16 inches. Okay, here we go. No one makes them in the north? Yeah, I bet not. So you're from Louisiana, Beverly? I didn't know that. All right, so 16-inch tails. That's a pretty good long tail. This is single-sided ribbon. Now, I've got this 1.5 inch that looks just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back side. Plus, it is also a little bit firm, which I like. You want some support. Yeah. I go to work in the morning, and people at work they just say, Jamie, you've got glitter all over your face. It doesn't matter. You can get right out of the shower, and you're going to have glitter on you. I'm like, I promise. I'm selling wreaths. I promise. That's what the glitter's from. So I'm going to make 6-inch tails or 6-inch loops. So all I've done is I put the center of my bow dabra on my 10-inch mark. And I am going to measure, just hold my fingers on the 16-inch mark. And so that's 6 inches. So I've got it on the 10-inch mark, and I'm going to go to the 4. So I'm wondering if I should do 4. Yeah, I'll do 4 loops here. Let's just go for it. Bring it all the way down here. Make it just a little bit different size from the other one. All right, next, I think I will do this. I want this fleur de lis to be more prominent than these others. So I want that to be farther toward the top of the bow and not buried down underneath it. Dovetail this edge. Go ahead and dovetail this one. To dovetail, you just fold it lengthwise and start at the cut edge and cut at about a 45-degree angle up toward the wire. So this is one of the ribbons that I could do the gold side out too, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to try something real quick. I may not like it, and I may go back and change it. So I'm not going to spin that around. Let's just see what it looks like. It may be crazy. Let's just see. Never know unless you try. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I want. So on this one, I am going to spin it around. Twist it. So we're going to see if it looks good where we'll have one gold and one polka dot. And so this one I will not spin around until I get back. Your dog and cat also have glitter. Alright. If I don't like this, I'm gonna fix it. So here I'll have to spin it so that I've got the polka dots up. Twist. I mean, I just love the back of that ribbon, and I hate... Alright, I don't like it, so I'm going to fix it. Oh well, it was a thought. So I'm going to do 4 loops. Look at how pretty that is, y'all. Golly. All right. Yeah, changed my mind. It was a good thought. I didn't like the polka dots in the center of that loop. I mean, where else are they going to go? I mean, I just didn't like it. All right, so next we're going to do the fleur-de-lis. And of course, it's got to go this way. All right, so let's make a little cut here. I want these right side up, so I'm going to do each one individually. So there's that one. And there's that one. And I chose not to put the fleur-de-lis in the wreath because I'm going to make a second one, and I only have one roll of this fleur-de-lis, and I want to use it on both. So I'm only going to use it in the bow. Oh, yeah. Let's get some length out here, y'all. I'm not going to worry about the direction of the fleur-de-lis in the loops, only in the tails. And I'm going to do 4 loops, just like the others below it. It's getting to be a little thick, the ribbon is, the bow is. So I don't need a tail here. Could have just done it that way, but I didn't. So I In the center of the gathering, when I have to cut off a piece, I cut it at an angle like that so that I have less sticking out on these edges here. All right, so now let's go to the 1.5. So now my decision is which of the 1.5 inch ribbon do I want to be most prominent. And I like this one the best. So I'm going to make this the last ribbon that goes in. So this one gets to go next. Dovetail that in. Single-sided, so give it the twist. These are going to be just a little bit shorter, not much. Now I can't see what the measurement is underneath, so I will just measure them against each other. And then when I start to pull them out of, the Bodabra, I will even out. So I'm just pulling these up and measuring them to each other. So this one is a little bit longer still, so I'm going to pull that down. Now they're even. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 loops. I'm going to do 4 loops of all of them. Why not? Over the top. It's going to be a big bow. All right, last one. Oh, my dog. Y'all hear my dog? Buddy, you can go anytime the door's open. You don't have to wait for me to go. That's my crafting buddy, Jack. He is my adopted dog. We've had him for about 6 years now. We got him when my father-in-law passed away. He was my father-in-law's dog. And why he was my father-in-law's dog, I don't know, because he's afraid of men, but he loves women. So when we got him, he ended up being mine. And now he's wanting me to take him all the way downstairs. And I just can't right now, buddy. This particular ribbon is a lot thicker than the others. All right, there we go. So let me get my purple zip tie. Well, go on downstairs, buddy. Go on. All right, I'm going to lift this up from the Bodabra. And I'm going to slide this zip tie in there. Go on, buddy. Go on. Oh, you're all right. Go on. So I am lifting the head of this zip tie up to the top of the Bodabra. It's sitting right there. So I'm going to pull this other one up. A longer zip tie would be better, but I don't have a longer one. So I'm going to have to make it work, because it's such a thick bow. All right, let's see if I can get this without it falling apart. So I'm going to put this in there, slide it in, start zipping it down. There we go. So I'm not going to zip it real tight. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. So while it is still kind of loose, I am going to spin this around to the back. Hold these really firmly and spin this around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to even out these loops. First of all, let me pull these ties. So hold your loops and pull these tails to the bottom. Now remember, my fleur-de-lis tails are not really attached, so I have to not pull those out. Hold this side and pull this down. Get those out of the way. So now I'm going to stick my fingers inside these loops and pull on them evenly, all 4 of the loops, and pull out any excess. If one side is longer than the other, it will pull even. more set. All right, so those are all even. And now I'm going to put a chenille stem in the back. Oh, here comes my new puppy. And now I'm going to tighten it down. It is a big bow. It's a big bow, Susan. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to cut off that end. So now we're going to start fluffing out this bow. So put your hands, your fingers inside your loops and just start twisting. What you're doing is you're loosening it from that center part where it is all bunched in. Let me pull this down a little bit. Just give it a good twist. It's not going to come out. Now there is such a thing called a fluff box, and it's just a big piece of wood that's heavy and has a loop on the top, and it has a nail nailed into the side that you take and attach your bow tie to it, and then you can fluff it out while that big heavy piece of wood holds it. So now these are fluffed out, and I'm just going to kind of get them in the position that I want them. That is so pretty, y'all. Now my dogs are over here playing. I'm going to have to kick them out here in a second. Hey, 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 stop. Go on. Go on. Behave. I've got a little puppy, a little Labrador puppy, and she's crazy. Hey, go outside. All right, let's see where we're going to put this. See if it's going to look good where we think. Gosh. Okay, go on. Go on. Alright, sorry y'all. Okay, so I don't want this even with the top of the head. I kind of want it a little bit down here. So we're going to put it through this gold part here. See if it's got enough length to go to the back of the wreath. And every time the door opens and closes, you're going to hear the jingle of these bells. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, that's attached. All right, so there's that. So I've got some of these other things that I think I'm going to put in here as well. This came from Craft Outlet. It wasn't that much. It was $5. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them apart. Well, it actually has 3. So I'm going to see if I can just get it in 3s. 3 pieces that keep together. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them all apart. That's really, really pretty. Let's see what I can do with them. All right, let's see where we can put it. I mean, there's so much bling here, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it unless it's really sticking out. So we're going to put it in 3 different locations in a triangle. So we'll put one right there. We'll put one up here at the top. So I'll have to come back and make sure these are good and covered. So I've got some loose wire here and the paper's falling off. So I'll come back and fix that. See if I can get this in here. And then this last one I'll put over here. And then, of course, this would not be complete without the king cake. So I have a little miniature king cake that I will put somewhere. Somewhere like right there, maybe. All right, so I'm still not quite sure about this. I may remove that. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? I love the mask. Craft Outlet has that. All right. You like these little things, Elaine? It's different, for sure. I think they need to be coming out more at the bottom, too, because they look like they're just right here. It is very festive, Suzanne. Yeah, it's deco mesh, Susan. Yeah, it's a deco mesh. It's a 15-inch elevated work wreath form. She's asking what is the base. It's a 15-inch elevated work wreath form that I got from Craft Outlet. And then I used 21-inch mesh, purple mesh. I'm trying to see which way to go. No. I used 21-inch purple mesh on the bottom and then the 10-inch decorative mesh. Yeah, so it's just a regular wire wreath base. Yeah, so I think I will work with it a little bit and see if I can get some of these spikies to come out at the bottom. But I like it. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, just subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell and you'll get further notifications of when I do more wreaths. And thank you for joining me. I am Jamie Shahan of Teal Lollipops Wreaths, and this baby will be listed in my Etsy shop. But that's it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. As usual, you guys can contact me anytime, DM me, and I'll be happy to answer anybody's questions. And that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.